Freak Nation, Rajah Caruth is back in the Freak Nation. I'm curious, Rajah, when I've run a NASCAR truck before, just again around California Speedway as a stupid media person.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was awesome.
R.I.P. California Speedway.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Always.
And I've run a stock car there too. And man, those freaking things are night and day, man. Can running a NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series truck really prepare you to move in the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series? Because they drive so damn different.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it just depends on the driver, right? I think if you're good enough, you'll figure it out. And every division, every level that you're at, and fortunately, I've been able to do it to the best of my ability here in the Truck Series, and at the same time, I've run it well for the stuff I've been in the Xfinity car. So it's really just they're different. They have similarities for sure. I think the Truck Series is the closest it's been in its time to being comparable to the Cup Series, and Xfinity kind of has its own identity, which I think is great, and hopefully it continues to be that way for a long time. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, if you're good enough, you'll figure it out. You put in the work to be as competitive as you can be, and don't see anything different with my story.
See, I would take it differently than you, Kenny. I would take it as the trucks are just a little bit more difficult to drive because they can get looser quicker than stock cars that just seem to be so stable more often than not. So yeah, I'm going to take it as it's a better learning curve. And yeah, like you said, drivers are going to adapt. You adapt to trucks, you're going to be A-okay.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of places trucks are honestly easier, and there's not that much horsepower, and there's a lot of downforce with the big splitter, the big aero presence they have with the aero ducts and how the noses are, the giant spoiler, the truck bed. I guess that's what it's called. It's yeah, they're easy for sure, and that's how you see us all fanning out on restart, stuff like that. And I shouldn't say easy because I've 100% spun out by myself in a truck before, but overall, compared to an Xfinity car, right? You go and unload, and you guys have seen those things have almost 700 horsepower and a tiny spoiler and small splitter and not a bunch of side force to lean on. So those are race cars for sure, and a lot of fun to drive.
NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series pilot Rajah Caruth joining us here in the Lucas Oil Studios. And Rajah, I've not heard so many NASCAR Cup Series drivers talk about how they wish the Cup cars were like the Xfinity Series cars because of the ability to drive those damn things.
I think they were. When I was a kid, it was the COT, right, with the not a bunch of fender flare on the bodies, and having your manufacturer specific noses and tails, but overall the bodies being kind of the same, and not the same, but similar. And I can't speak to really any Cup car. I haven't driven anything in real life, and the only Cup car I've driven on the sim, not iRacing, but our Chevrolet sims has been the next gen. So can't really speak to what the Gen 6 felt like or the COT. I just know what I watched growing up. So for me, it's it'll be interesting to see when I drive it for the first time and see what everybody's talking about. Hopefully I get that opportunity at some point, but thankfully
you will.
What I've gotten so far, and just enjoying the journey for sure.
Yeah, your journey has been so fun to follow over the last several years. Are you satisfied with the pace at which things have gone, or do you think it should maybe be moving a little quicker, or maybe slow down just a touch?
Right now I'm cool with how things are going. I think at bits and points in my history, I've definitely felt like, dang, I need to be at a certain place or whatnot. But like, honestly, at this point, I'm confident in my ability. And, this is my third year in the Truck Series, but also I've run Xfinity on and off the last 3 years and developed experience in that division. But overall, I didn't start driving until I was 17, and I just turned 23 this year. So I'm never going to catch up to these guys and gals in experience for sure. But yeah, I'm fine with how things are going. Just trying to go on my own pace, run my race, and enjoy the journey for sure.
But hold on, does it matter? You said I'm never going to catch up to these guys in experience. Does that really matter anymore? Because again, if you are a good talent, if you can learn on the fly, if you can learn from your mistakes as well, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, for sure. I think it definitely, that experience gives you a leg up for sure, right? And you look at some really talented guys, like obviously Connor Zillage, Brent Cruz, a lot of those guys. They started when they were very, very young, and some raced overseas, some has run dirt all across the country, and they've accumulated that experience from before they're even in hit puberty, right? And I think for me, I didn't mean that in a bad way, but for me, right, like I didn't, like I said, get started, so I was almost done with high school. So I think from my perspective, I'm biased, but I've just tried to show up and make up for that inexperience through being around my simulating time, obviously, but being present and putting in work from a student kind of perspective. So I don't know. I mean, hopefully it works out to where it doesn't matter, but I guess that's not really for me to say. I think I can only really speak to my journey, and I've been a fan for a long time, but not having started driving until more recently. I've been just trying to just take in as much as I can. I'm not drinking through a fire hose like I was when I got started, for sure. Definitely having years consistently in one series helps you to learn the little stuff like the restart processes, and I mean, even going to racetracks and not leaving your parking pass in your rental car, and just the little things that you don't think about. I mean, seriously, like they don't teach you that stuff, but it's
true
that you learn as you're a maturing adult and everything. And for me, being able to go to school like normal and kind of have a normal childhood has helped me be, I think, mature enough to be able to go and put in these high pressure in certain scenarios and be fine, because I'm have the maturity and wherewithal to be able to handle myself. It's not like I've been around this since I was little and then, did homeschool and not, have the social aspect of things. But nothing against the guys that have done that. Everybody's got their own story, for sure.
No, but that you hit on something key, because I mean, I know DC Events, one of your sponsors, that's a hometown sponsor, so to speak, but it's also, that's such a perfect sponsor for you because of your ability to speak so well in front of crowds, to tell your story, to have people learn from you. I mean, yes, there's something to be said about that level of you as a person.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. I think for Events DC in particular, that means a lot for sure, because I mean, I had so many days back home, whether it was biking to school, taking the Metro Rail, or the Metro bus, Metro trains, and biking to school and everything, to where all I dreamed about was racing. And the only way I could get it was through watching it online or television or going to Richmond or Dover. So to bring them to the track was great. And with that being said, I just any way I can give back to the city is super special, because I remember being just a young cat over there trying to make a living and chase my dream, and fortunately been able to do so.
You got that race win this year, of course, at Nashville. And again, you've been running the NASCAR Truck Series for 3 years. Do you have any kind of mentality to get playoff ready? I mean, we're in July, but does that make any sense to you right now?
I think for me it does. I mean, we got 3 left until then. I think next week I'm taking a vacation because trucks are off, so I'm gonna go and spend some family time. But come August, when we're back, it's game time. So I definitely like just the excitement of getting ready for the playoffs and like that kind of exciting type of mentality. Because for me, like, I grew up playing sports. I love basketball, football, track and field, soccer. So like postseason, competing for championships and that risen or higher level of intensity and excitement for me, I live for moments like that. So I'm definitely excited to go to Darlington and Bristol and have your season be on the line and have to elevate and rise to the occasion. I definitely live for moments like that, for sure. So excited to have that opportunity later this year.
Yeah, I heard him mention basketball. You were anti-Pacers, weren't you?
So here's the story. My buddy Don Trey, my buddy Don Trey is from Indiana. He loves the Pacers. I really was just trolling because, I just was giving him crap because, like I said, that's my homeboy. So obviously I'm going to give him crap about his sports team, especially considering mine, the Washington Wizards, are consistently a bottom 5 team. I don't want to say that. They've been just a bottom 5 team the last handful of years. But I'm excited with our picks this year, Trey Johnson and Will Riley and stuff. Anyway, nothing against the Pacers. I think I just was giving him crap because that's my homeboy. But, if anything, I'm going to talk smack to is about the Celtics, because I'll never forgive them for beating us in Game 7 for the Eastern Conference semis in almost 10 years ago. But that's the furthest we've gone since then. So, yeah.
Hey, look,
Nobody likes the Celtics.
you're a lot of pundits have your freaking Commanders with 9.5 wins. 9.5 wins this season, and my Cowboys at 7.5.
Oh, here we go.
Oh gosh, bro, come on, man.
Yeah. Listen, you know where your freaking quarterback played his freshman year was here in Phoenix, Skipjack.
Yeah, Arizona State. Come on.
Yeah, baby.
But yeah, I don't have anything good to say about Dallas. Luckily, actually, I can't say that. My girlfriend was born in the Dallas area, so that's a great thing about that. But besides that, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I unfortunately have a few Dallas Cowboy fans that are friends of mine or members of my team, so I have to deal with that. Same with Eagles fans. Really, all the NFC East rivals. So,
it's badass.
Yeah,
I'm not looking for you to say anything positive about the Cowboys. I'm just saying you're freaking Commanders.
You won't either, Kenny.
No, shit, no. Your Commanders are 9.5 win-loss. I mean, over-unders this year, man. Jesus, come on.
I'm excited. I think I'm gonna go to the Christmas game. I'll try to go home for it, and yeah, it'll be nice for that. I'm excited for RFK Stadium,
right,
to come back. Hopefully in the DC for the Commanders. I actually went to one of like the last soccer games there for the DC's Major League Soccer team at that stadium, and that's not that far from where I grew up as a kid, and had track meets at a high school nearby that facility. So definitely will be cool to see that stadium come back to life.
It's badass. Well, man, we wouldn't hate it if you go out and win, but again, go deeper in the playoffs, buddy.
Yeah, me neither. I think for me, my Spire and HendrickCars.com team, they do a great job, and we have some great tools and resources with Chevrolet and GM. So there's no reason why we can't go and make a run at this. I think I learned some things last year, and not that I really made any mistakes in the fall that took me out of an opportunity to race for a championship. It just there's things I could have done better as a driver, and there's things that we could have done better as a team. So, I'm excited to have the opportunity again, and you can bet on us. Actually, I cannot say that because of the betting rules.
Yes.
I take that back.
Oh.
I mean in like
all good
in a confidence manner. You could rest assured that we'll be one of the Final Fours. We'll give a good effort for it for sure.
Is finishing well in the playoffs contingent on you moving into Xfinity? By the way,
I mean, I would like to think that. I mean, for me, that's where I want to be next year. I've run enough over the last 3 years, not 2024, but 22, 23, and my one race so far this year. I would like to think that just would help my draft stock and help opportunities in that garage, and I feel like I'm capable of that and deserving of an opportunity. So at the same time, thankful for what I've received so far, and I know that I got to have a good rest of the year period. If I want to continue to be in the sport above all. Mm-hmm. But in terms of like a definitive, like, hey, I need to get this specific result to move up, I don't think it's that. I think I just got to do as well as I can, and we'll see what other opportunities are out there.
It's awesome. Again, go win. Get back in the Freak Nation.
Sounds good, guys.